Earlier today, the Massachusetts Supreme Court heard a lawsuit about the Pledge of Allegiance in public schools. An atheist couple wants to remove the phrase "under God," claiming the words violate students' rights. Their attorney explains why.
We have a pledge where children every morning are pledging their national unity and loyalty in an indoctrinational format in a way that validates religious God belief as truly patriotic and actually invalidates atheism as second-class citizenry at best, downright unpatriotic at worst.
Well, what he neglects to say is that you don't have to say the pledge if you don't want to say the pledge. But Dana, what do you think about this argument?
I'm tired of them. I remember working at the Justice Department years ago when I first started, I think it was right after 9/11, and a lawsuit like this came through. And before the day had finished, the United States Senate and the House of Representatives had both passed resolutions saying that they were for keeping under God in the pledge. I think that our representatives have spoken over and over again, and that if these people really don't like it, they don't have to live here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. You know, if you don't like it, then get out. Get out. Why do you want to stick around and try and fix things in the nation in which you live when you could just pick up and move your whole fucking family? Let's imagine that you did that every time there was a problem, that you didn't get exactly things your way. You just gave up. Like bad day at work, I quit. Fight with the wife, divorce. Got to clean the house, fuck it, just burn it down. Makes a lot of sense, right? Because as they'll mention here in a moment, it has nothing to do with the founding fathers, which they claim to care about so much. They're like, well, our elected representatives voted on it and they said they're okay with it, even though it was not originally part of the country. And the Fox News is all about like the founding fathers. Well, the founding fathers didn't have a pledge, and when they did put in a pledge, it was not with, there's no under God in there. And then Christians shoved that in there. Same with the money and the coins. Didn't have "In God We Trust" on there. Christians shoved it in there. You just don't seem to mind too much about it being changed in your favor. You just have a big problem of going back to the way it was before Christians just ran rampant here in America. And by the way, if you don't like it, Christians, get out.
But does anybody know whether this "under God" was added to the pledge, or was it part of it? It was?
It was added. It doesn't matter, though. "In God We Trust" is on our currency, so right. Are they saying that they want that removed? Or,
they do.
Or better yet, would the attorney choose not to take U.S. currency, which would be all right with me, too.
So on this news station, they say, was it added? They don't even know. I know this. I know this from fucking like grade school. "Under God" was added, and then into the Pledge of Allegiance, and "In God We Trust" was added to the coins and the money. They don't seem to care about that. Why was it added? Who cares? Who added it? Who cares? When was it added? Who cares? None of that matters.
But does anybody know whether this "under God" was added to the pledge, or was it part of it? It was?
It was added. It doesn't matter, though.
So what matters is it's there now, and I like it. And if they want to take it away, that means they're infringing on my rights to impose my shit on them. God, why won't they just allow me to have the right to shove my shit down your throat? It would make things so much more simple.
Well, Greg, you're not an atheist. We know that you go to church every day. Does this outrage you?
Well, it's a pledge. It's not a prayer. It's a patriotic exercise. In a sense, it's basically saying, thanks for giving us the freedom to be an atheist. This is one of the countries where you don't get killed if you don't adhere to whatever belief system they're forcing down your throat, say in certain countries that we won't mention.
Plus, if you don't believe, then why do you care?
Yeah.
It's just like some guy's name.
But you know, the thing is...
So, wait a second. Was his example that America is great because we don't kill atheists and like we don't mix our politics and religion, and that's your excuse for why we should have "Under God" in the Pledge of Allegiance that is said by children in public schools? Was that your line of fucking reasoning right there? Like, we wouldn't want to be like those super religious countries that don't allow you to not be religious. That's why we are shoving our religion on the public, on all the money, on we're not going to kill you. You know, we agree that religion is a giant problem. Okay, that's why, but it's only the other religions. Our religion is great, and we're gonna shove it down your throat for your own good. It's for your own good, and if you don't like it, get out. Why do you even care? If you don't believe in God, why do you even talk about him? I mean, what? You don't like Obama. You're not a Democrat. Why do you even talk about Democrats, Fox News? You're not liberals. Why do you even talk about liberals? Huh? Why? It's just like a name. Why do you even bother? Why do you bother talking about people with which you disagree? Because obviously it's not like atheists talk about God as if he's real. We talk about people who believe in God, you fucking idiots. It's you people, you entitled fucks that feel entitled to shove your faith and your beliefs on everybody else. That's who I have a fucking problem with. That's who atheists are speaking up against, you dumb cunt. You stupid bitch. I don't even get why they talk about it. Well, why are you talking about atheists then? These little things we have to ponder, but we don't.
So you have to understand, atheism is not an extreme idea. It's called faith, religious faith, for a reason, because you have faith. The only way you can have faith is if there is no faith to compare it to. So I understand that they are the minority here and they have to deal
But why
with
should
these
they be
issues.
catered to?
We're not
Why
saying,
are they so special?
What about that?
I'm not
They represent
saying
a
you're
very small
saying that.
percentage.
I'm telling you that I find it offensive that a few people, and these children are pawns from their parents' political statements and beliefs to try and enforce it on everybody else and inflict their belief system. It's incredibly selfish. It's small-minded, and I don't think the court should cater to them. There is no good reason to do so.
And here we have the complete lack of being able to look in a mirror. The complete lack of understanding hypocrisy or irony or double standards or any of that shit. She made a pretty good argument against her fucking self and Christians. I mean, listen to this, and instead of thinking she's talking about atheists, let's think she's talking about Christians here in a secular America. Let's try this one more time. Might make a little bit more sense.
I'm telling you that I find it offensive that a few people, and these children are pawns from their parents' political statements and beliefs to try and enforce it on everybody else and inflict their belief system. It's incredibly selfish. It's small-minded, and I don't think the court should cater to them. There is no good reason to do so.
Well, I think I've got a better idea than all you dumb fucks on the 5. How about if kids want to, like, say the Pledge of Allegiance, if they say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning, right, and kids want to add in, under God, wherever the fuck they want to, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I don't see why it's okay or it's natural for them to say the pledge with under God, and if they don't like it, they just take it out. Well, how about we just take it out, and if they do like it, they can add it in. Same with the money. On where it says, in God we trust, how about it doesn't say that there, and if someone grabs a hold of a bill and they trust in God or some shit, they can write on there, in God we trust. Fine. I'm not going to, like, freak out or not use money that somebody wrote on. I don't give a shit. My Visa card, by the way, does not say, in God we trust. You'll notice. And I'm also confused as to how Fox News, who thinks the government fucks everything up, would do such a great job imposing their religion on everybody. The government, which can't get anything right, would do a great job at forcing Christianity on the entire population, right? Like putting prayer back in schools and shit, right? Are you fucking kidding me? All right, Coctopus out.
You know, it's interesting being in Massachusetts, because Massachusetts is where the Salem witch trials were. Remember, that was when there was intolerance about not being religious. And I wouldn't, for example, Kimberly, I would never have prosecuted you for that, or any of your 5 husbands.